Hi everyone, this is Jared Lantern, and I'm here with another prop review video. Today I'll be reviewing the Crouching Clown, a prop from Seasonal Visions. This is one of two different styles available of this particular prop, so kind of interesting and unique for an animatronic to be offered in two different styles. This one is considered to be the red clown, and they also have a blue clown. This one, obviously, because of the red and black stripes, is referred to as the red clown. And the blue one, I believe, to my best recollection, was kind of like a blue and yellow polka dot type of outfit. I chose this one mainly because I thought the red and black looked better, looked creepier. And then also, for whatever reason, this one was $30 cheaper than the other one. I ordered this from a site called Stumps Party. It's a store that I've never heard of before. I found it when I was just searching for this particular prop on Google Shopping, and then it happened to be the cheapest site for it. Another thing I could say about Stumps Party is that they offered free shipping, and unlike some other Halloween/party stores who shall remain nameless, when they say free shipping, they actually mean free shipping, so there's no oversized shipping fees or anything like that. So this guy was $169.99 plus tax and totally free shipping, and I got it within 1 week, so that was pretty good. So like I said, this one is from Seasonal Visions. Here's the box right over here. So some of the specs on it is light up eyes, ghoulish sounds, sways from side to side, motion sensor activated. And what I also like about getting products directly from Seasonal Visions is that you always get a step pad included with it. And of course you get the adapter, and this also has a volume control. So he is, I would say he's about 3 feet tall in a crouching position. And so there's obviously another Crouching Clown on the market this year, and the name is appropriate. It's Crouchy from Spirit Halloween. I will admit it's an awesome prop, but my problem with it is the fact that it's, well, other than the price being just bonkers crazy expensive, it's just so unrealistic. I mean, I love the towering type of, large animatronics, but when you get so large that it's unbelievable to be a person, then I really have no use for it. I like to have props that people are going to mistake for being like a real person in a costume, if you can understand what I'm saying. Trust me, I really like Crouchy from Spirit. And when I first saw him, I thought that I definitely wanted to get him. And then I found this clown, and in my opinion, I thought he was just way better. And I know a lot of people are going to say that he's tiny in comparison to Crouchy from Spirit, but he really is a great prop. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specifics, and let's go ahead and take a closer look at the prop. So going head to toe on the Crouching Clown. The head and the face are very well designed, super creepy. You have the neon green and black hair on either side of his head. You have like this strange gash on the top of his head. The eyes do light up red. You have the classic red clown nose, creepy mouth. And I really do, the face is definitely very scary looking. You have the ruffled clown collar, kind of white with the one black stripe. And this is the red version, you have the red clothing. I really like the way it looks, especially with the red stripes. They have the kind of like the aged black spots everywhere. You have the two kind of like white pom-pom balls on the front of his outfit here. These are pretty typical Seasonal Visions hands, kind of like the skeletal looking hands. I think they would have actually looked a lot better had they not painted the fingertips the way they did. I don't know if that's supposed to be blood, like he's clawing at blood or something, or if it's supposed to be like red fingernails. I just think it would have looked a lot better if they would have kept it all, you know, the same kind of like white, black, gray scale type of color there. Coming down to the shoes, these again are pretty standard looking quality of Seasonal Vision shoes. You know, I like the look of them because they look like classic, you know, big clown shoes. But these are just the really cheap, blow moldy type of shoes that you get with a lot of props. And, you know, I wish they would just invest a little more in getting good quality, like hard plastic shoes for these props. Mainly because of the fact that, you know, putting these together, taking them down, putting these props together, taking them down, and storing them and putting them, you know, away, they tend to crack and to break and to disintegrate naturally, and also just with, you know, normal wear and tear. And this is such a cheap plastic that I really wish they would use a better material. But anyway, that's my only complaint so far. It comes on a very sturdy metal base here. I will say that this was a pain in the butt to put together, this prop was. And I can't tell if it was difficult or if the instructions were just really poorly written, and it could have been a combination of the two. There were so many things that had to be connected, and there were so many. Actually, a lot of it came tied with zip ties, and I usually do not like to take zip ties off because usually if a prop comes out of the box with zip ties, they're meant to be there because they're usually tying like a wire to the, you know, mechanism, or they're tying something that's supposed to stay there. But it took me a while to figure out that those zip ties did indeed have to come off, and here's some remnants of some right here. And there was tons of zip ties that had to be clipped to free the arms and the legs, etc., etc., etc. And it took me a good hour and a half to put him together, which is a long time for a prop. So if anybody else has him and they put him together with no problems, just let me know and make me feel dumb, because it did seem very difficult for me for some reason. But anyway, he is a very awesome looking prop. Would be a great static prop in my opinion, but even made better by the fact that he is animated. Because of the fact that he's hinged at so many different points on the body, from the neck to the shoulders to the elbows to the hands, because the hands kind of swing freely, as you can see here. If I lift up his sleeve here, you can see the hands are on this little wire here, this little hook. So as he moves, the hands also kind of move freely. And that's a really good kind of a little technique that props are using to give the illusion that a prop looks realistic. And we're seeing that more and more, that they are hinging different joints on a prop in different places to make it look more realistic. Very good quality clothing on this, much higher quality than other props that we see. And yeah, quality of the prop overall is pretty good, except, like I said, the shoes is the only thing that leaves a little bit to be desired. But with all that said, let's go ahead and turn him on and see him in action. So definitely one of my favorite kind of props. that is one that just has like a continuous soundtrack. No phrases spoken, just the creepy laughter and the kind of like the creepy circus music in the background. As I've stated before, I do not like props that have phrases. They just get lost on your guests. Yeah, I'd rather have one that just has something like this where it's just a continuous laughter. As you can see, the animation is very smooth, very realistic, and I think this is a great prop. And never thought I'd be a fan of clown props, but given my theme this year, I kind of have to be. But I think I'm really enjoying clown props. As you can see, I'm kind of making my own props as well over here. Yeah, I definitely recommend this for anybody that collects clown props or is having a carnival or circus theme. Again, I know a lot of people like Crouchy from Spirit this year, but if it's between Crouchy and this guy, for me, anyway, I feel like this guy is much scarier, much more realistic, and you can't even compare it for the prices. He's about half the price of Crouchy from Spirit, and he may be smaller, but he is definitely more realistic. And that's just my opinion. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give him a 9. Had the shoes been of better quality, had the hands been better, had a better paint job, and maybe if the volume was a little bit higher on him. What you heard in the video, that was volume at full blast, so it's still pretty low. But those are just very minor complaints, so still 9 out of 10 for me. So that's about it for the Crouching Clown, the red version from Seasonal Visions. And yeah, I think he'll work really well with my haunt this year. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep it creepy.